Hello and welcome to Divinely Guided 999. My name is Lynetta and I'm back with a message for today. Before I get started with today's message, as always, I give thanks to the universe for guidance, protection, and assistance with this reading. So today's message is for a young daughter or a young girl, someone that is young that is coming up and is at an age to where they're starting to get into like the real feminine things, like when it comes to wanting to wear makeup. But this message is important so that you carry on the message to this young girl to let her know that natural beauty is better than wearing caked up makeup that has them young looking old. Like when you see how makeup is worn today, you'll have a 19-year-old wearing makeup for what? Like for what? At that age, your skin is beautiful. Well, at least I know mine was no flaws or anything. And you're putting makeup on there. All because of society standards and what is being put up into your face. But instead of really showing the natural beauty of themselves, what it's showing them to appear older, where they put that makeup on and they look old. Now, makeup, when I thought about this coming from someone that I picked up and gave a ride to, and this person was a drag queen, like he dressed up in drag, and he said he even told his mom she don't need to be wearing makeup, that is for drag queens. And when I sat and I thought about that, I said, you know what, that makes all of the sense, because when you look at drag queens, they look completely different. And until they take that makeup off, then you will see their face for what it really is. But they look completely different, and that's how women is walking around wearing their makeup, like how these drag queens be wearing it. Makeup is not anything worn like how it used to be a long time ago, where you may add some mascara because you want your eyelashes to be a little bit more standout, or a little bit fuller, or appear to be a little bit thick. You may put on a color lip to match your outfit, or you may put on some eyeshadow to match your outfit or what you got going on, and you may get your eyebrows a little bit threaded, or whatnot. But the way that they're doing it today is completely to the point to where it has to do with insecurities. And this is what you want to teach to this up and coming young lady. Because again, natural beauty is better than wearing faked up makeup. So let's get into these messages. Ooh. Oh. And for some of you that may think that your opinion or what you're trying to teach to this up and coming young lady, that is not going to make a difference. But just know that just you letting it be known, because even if it's not understood, eventually a time come in our life to where you reflect back on what someone told you and it made sense, even if it didn't make sense when the person was telling you right then and there. Because like I said, this is being put in your face so much that it seemed normal for women to walk out with a cake full with a face just full of makeup. To me, that's weird. If I was to see somebody with a face full of makeup and you just going on about your day, it look out of place to me, because it's not natural. Now understand that it is some people out here that they wear a face full of makeup, meaning they're covering every surface on their face, but it has a natural look to it. It doesn't look like it's makeup. You couldn't even tell. But this is something that you want to teach to. This can even be a cousin, or whether this is your cousin that you're teaching this to, or someone else's cousin that you may feel like, hey, you should talk to them and let them know. To teach them to be dependent on their own natural beauty, and that it's okay. Because they're not going to gain anything from covering up what's naturally meant to be seen, which is them. And when having this talk, this is not something that has to be going on and on. It's just for you to let it be known. So that this young girl does not get sucked up into what society views as being beautiful. So that this young girl don't be in the cycle of trying to keep up with society standards when it comes to beauty. Because it's not about what society wants or how society is viewing anybody. It's about what matters inside, how this person and anybody feel about themselves. Because this is being pressured on to these young girls, like I keep saying, because it's all over the place. And they're appearing to be older than what they are. And in order to keep this young girl from appearing to be older than what she is, this could be a 15-year-old. Keep this 15-year-old as a 15-year-old and not to be trying to grow up sooner than what she has to. So if you teach her early on, once she gets old enough to wear makeup and make those decisions for herself, then that's different. But right now, this is not something that you want to introduce as in being normal, because then it just plays into what the public views what one should look like, how one should dress, how one should conduct themselves. And it all falls under being materialized. And I said this already, but for some of y'all, you may feel like it won't matter what you say. And that you just want to keep the peace. This is how some people really are, for real. That you rather not say anything, feel like it's nothing more to say about a situation or about whatever the case may be, because you want to keep the peace. And instead, you will have someone find out themselves. That's not the case here. Because something that seems so innocent, and when you think about it, it seemed like, well, don't everybody do it? Because young girls are brought up to do what? Have makeup as toys, have little baby dolls as toys, strollers, all that as toys. So then when it comes to the makeup sense, it seems like it's normalized as they get older to want to wear what? Lip gloss. As they get older to want to wear lashes, and then it goes on and on and on. And the problem is, in today's society, it's being done more than ever because it's being pushed in your face. See, then as a little girl back in the day, you would want to wear lip gloss. At least that was my thing. Because you wanted your lips to be glossy. You like how it looked. But that wasn't being pushed in anyone's face. Now, when it comes to beauty standards, that's being pushed in these young girls' face to want to have this glow up about themselves. that has this glow up about themselves that appear them being older than what they are. And once that happens, then you no longer are protecting your child or your family member. You're no longer protecting them, because it's predators out here that's going to look at this teenager, know that this is a teenager, but don't care that it is a teenager because of the way that she is presented. That can lead to a lot of other things. Because it started off with little things like that. Then next thing you know, the change of wardrobe changes into what do you see all over the TV when you're watching videos and things like that. Like, when you think about it, in today's society, you can look at a 15-year-old and some of them do be looking like they grown. You don't see a lot of 15-year-olds today that appear to be 15, because they are growing up too fast based off of what they see and based off of the parents or the family or whoever is raising these children up, allowing it to happen because of them putting other things first. So that's why it's needed to be a discussion needs to be had. A talk needs to be had to give this young girl the confidence and the boost that she needs to know that she's naturally, authentically beautiful. And not even just about being beautiful, but about a lot of other things. But it just starts there. Because it's like it'll be like a snowball effect or a domino effect, whatever you want to call it. Because for whatever reason, when these ladies put on this makeup, they be feeling themselves. It's like they take that shit off, they probably don't even feel as, some of them, not all. But once they put it on, they're cocky. They feel a completely different way about themselves because they're not happy with themselves. And then that gains attention from others. And at 15, what 15-year-old needs attention from others in that type of way? That's something that can lead to this 15-year-old looking for things in the wrong places that leads to being promiscuous. That leads to older men being attracted to this 15-year-old. I'm talking about 30-year-olds being attracted to this 15-year-old. And acting as if though it's okay and that it's normal because of someone choosing to put other things first instead of paying attention to this child. Yeah. This person can be not even raised by their parents, can be in some type of kinship care of a family member. And sad to say, could also be pressured by an adult to do certain things. It could have been touched on by a family member in this situation. Yeah, like I said, this can lead to a lot of different things. A lot. Because what's coming out is being pressured by an adult to do something, being touched on by a family member, someone having kinship of this young girl. that's in the family. It's something about a brother. It's something about a cousin. Maybe it's a cousin in the family that maybe it's two girls, not two girls, but whereas this cousin is a girl. And they were like wear matching clothes and they have this agreement to have this glow up. And it involves appearing older than what they are because of what they see. And no one seems to be paying attention to what is going on and how this can really get out of hand because of putting other things first. And like I said, if someone chooses to want to keep the peace and wanting peace and feel like it's nothing more to say or it doesn't make sense to speak up on about things, then nothing is going to change. And what will end up happening and be the result of this, once this so-called glow up happens, if it reaches that extent, like I said, this 15-year-old gonna be really feeling herself. And it's gonna lead to more things to where even thinking of the idea to be open to pay to play type of situations. So yeah, there's no need to be pretending, because I feel like this is a young girl that may be pretending to like you. I don't know what the relationship is with this young girl, but maybe pretending to like you in order to keep the peace. So that you won't say or speak on anything. But yeah, this most definitely will lead to something when it comes to like this cousin, them meeting up, doing things together, wearing matching outfits, and getting into things together as well. Where it ends up to being like these two getting around, doing grown up things. Well, I hate to even call it grown up things, but doing things that a 15-year-old shouldn't be doing. So it's important to have that discussion before it's too late. And it affects a lot when it comes to how this young girl views relationships. So that is the message for today. I close off this message. Well, I close off this reading again, giving thanks to the universe for guidance and assistance. And I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.